Hello and good evening. Welcome to Tier 1 Racing at SSR. This is the season finale for Tier 1 and a great memorial race for our dearly departed friend SSR Bubbly. We love you, brother. I've got a special guest commentator tonight, the one and only Bascome. Bascome, welcome to the commentator's booth tonight. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks AJ. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Firstly, just want to say what a brilliant tribute it was after the Tier 2 race with Bubbly. Unfortunately, never got to talk or race with him, but I know he'd be very proud of the league that Lamper and all you guys have put together. And we've got a really exciting race to finish off Tier 1. Kings and Murphy battling out for the championship, and I know they're going to put on a great show for us.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a battle here. Circuit of America, we've swapped Abu Dhabi and USA here so that we could end in tribute to our dearly departed Ethan Kraft, also known as SSR Bubbly. Tier 2 had a fantastic race here. Lots of action, lots of battling. But this one is going to be one for the ages. Tier 1's come down to the final race. We got ABR Murphy duking it out with Payox Kings. Oh, and we see Hamilton losing it in the S's right away. He's out terminal damage. That's going to be big, tough break for him.
That's not a good start.
All right, so we were doing some stats here, and I think Bascome's going to have some numbers for us here in a minute. But I think, if my memory serves me right, Payox Kings has to win this race. I believe he's got a 15-second lead. Or 15-point lead, I'm sorry.
Murphy's got a 15-point lead over Kings.
Yeah,
obviously 30 points for a win. So if Kings was to win the race, then Murphy would have to finish fourth to win the championship. Obviously, we've got a point for pole and a point for fastest lap that could come into play as well. But really, Kings has got to finish certainly in the top three to have a chance. I mean, Murphy, 6th and 10th last two races, so he needs to find a bit of form to seal the championship, but Kings has certainly got to finish on the podium to have a chance.
Yeah, we'll definitely see Kings up front, but Murph in fourth or further, that's going to be tough to do. Murphy's pretty quick. He's going to have a hope and a prayer, Payox, for getting away with that one. So we got a few subs in today. So it looks like Chili's here. And we got Formula, both from the FRA group, both great guys. 10 whole dollars in from the Tier 2 crew. 10 was a Tier 1 racer early in the season. Due to some personal scheduling for work, he was unable to stay in this tier. He's fast enough to be here, that's for sure. He is the Tier 2 champion of Season 1. Definitely going to be a contender here in this race.
He's so quick. I've only managed to race with him a couple of times in Tier 2, but he's been rapid all season, wrapped the title up very early. And I'm sure he can compete very well with the Tier 1 guys.
Oh yeah, it's going to be no doubt. He's rapid. He just moved to a wheel, got him a Fanatec setup, and is already rapid on it. It's only been a couple of weeks, so I can't wait to see when he settles in. Season 2, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Just looking through a lot of the guys, a lot of them invalidated already on their first runs. I know from experience a couple of hours ago that it's so difficult when you're trying to hook it up in quali just to avoid those track limits, and we're seeing a lot of them already on the first runs invalidating. As Division's the first one to set a lap.
Yeah, it's going to be a 131.1. Not a bad lap here. We saw a 29 by Stenner in the Tier 2 race. Reflex Pilot in tow. We got a 31.6 and a 31.8. Reflex and Boniowski. Got a follow in the chat. Thank you, Dariku Baba. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting SSR.
Oh, I'm glad you had to pronounce that, not me.
That was the best I could do. If I pronounce that wrong, I apologize. Oh, Payox King stealing away that provisional pole with a 30.9. Could we see a 29? I think we might see a 29 here. Stenner was able to pull it off.
Yeah, I think we will. Murphy's invalidated his run, so he's had to dive in. So advantage Kings early on.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys here that are more than capable of a 29, I think.
Good mention as well, AJ. Really big battle for P4 in the championship. Monkey, Haters, and Division separated by just 4 points. That's another thing to keep an eye on. I'm sure those guys will be battling out with each other for P4. That's a super close battle between
Division
them.
Are Our two Dutch boys, good friends and fierce competitors, very rapid. We saw Monkey in last weekend's race, well up to the front of the pack. Looks like we got another follow in the chat, Thomas Sword. Thank you for supporting the stream. We appreciate it. Boogie in the chat saying hello again. Welcome back. 420 followers. We just hit the 420 followers mark. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the stream and turning up for SSR. Season 1 has been a tremendous success, and Season 2 is going to kick off here pretty soon. We are going to have some spicy stuff coming up. Driver draw. We're going to find out who's going where. This season, we allowed everyone to kind of pick their teammates at the start. Next season, we're going to do kind of like a draft. The random drawing, it's going to be live here on the channel. I believe Zampa and myself are going to do it, and we're going to find out who's going where. Some other little surprises coming in with that, so stay tuned. We're going to start rolling out some info and some surprises here pretty soon as we complete Season 1 and head into Season 2. Looks like there's a few guys in the 31 range there, Vascombe.
Yeah,
PBR well off the pace, as is Charisma.
I think a lot of the guys will just be trying to get a banker lap in so that they can then, when they go out for their second and third run, really push those track limits a little bit more. But it's just so hard just to hook it up.
Yeah, these S's are real tricky. I mean, it's all about throttle control. You don't want to get on the brakes too much because you don't want to lose the speed. If you get your entries right, you're set. It's all about throttle control. Once you get out of line in these S's, it's really hard to get back on them.
Yeah, 100%.
So
you just got to pick a line, really, haven't you, into the first one and stick with it all the way through. As soon as you run wide, the lap's done, really.
Absolutely. Looks like another follow in the chat. Eat My Dust 75. Big shout out to Eat My Dust 75 for the follow. Thank you for supporting the stream and SSR. Welcome to it. Hope you enjoy it. This is the season finale for Tier 1, and we got a championship battle that's going to be decided right here in the last race of the season.
Yeah, King's currently on pole. A little stat for you, AJ. He's not been on pole since a race 1 in Australia, which is pretty.
I believe it. He's had kind of a tough patch there. There was a couple of races where he got contact, not necessarily his fault, and was either taken out of a race or pushed well back. But he's a contender. He puts his head down and he pushes his way back up. And I think if he can get out front and get away here, he's going to have a really good race.
Done great, hasn't he, to come back in the last couple of races, because the championship looked done 2 races ago and he's had back-to-back seconds. I think he's made up 36 points in the last 2 races just to keep it alive, and if he can put in a performance.
Yeah, I agree. He's really turned up the last couple, and like I said, there was a couple of times. So we got FR Formula going a little wide in turn 1, does a nice little donut there. The Ferrari's getting some donut time. I think that's going to be a big hat tip to our dearly departed friend, Bubbly. Bubbly, our Ferrari driver, number 24. You can see Formula over there doing some big donuts. Much love. We appreciate it. Absolutely love to see it.
Yeah, nice touch there from Formula. I think it's fair to say he won't be starting a race in those tyres.
Laps. Yeah, he's got plenty of time to get him a lap, so he's going to go ahead and do a big burnout for him. We love to see it.
Interestingly, watching the 2 McLarens go very close to each other on their out laps. Zampa's started ahead of Charisma. Not sure if they're going to perhaps do a bit of a tow on the back straight there, but they've started their laps quite close to each other as Chile goes fastest.
Yeah, that's a 30.4 for Chile. That's a big lap. He's going to have the provisional pole now. We are on board with Zampa as he comes screaming into the S's here. I think you see Charisma stay in tow here. Zampa's going to go ahead and get his lap, and as they come down that front straight, he's going to give Charisma a big tow.
Murphy set an identical Sector 1 to Chile, so he's on for a decent lap, just coming at the end to Sector 2 now. Gone fastest in Sector 2. Murphy looking strong.
Zampa's down the back straight. We'll dip in to see Murph's lap. See the Williams They're looking sharp in the sunlight here in Austin, Texas. Track temps are going to be high. There's going to be a lot of wear on the tires.
Oh, almost ran wide there. He's on pole.
P1. There it is. Our first 29 of the day. 29.972. That's a sweet lap right there.
Man, that's a big gap, isn't it? Not just to Chile, but to Kings as well in P3. 1 second between those two. And he's on a lap now, Kings, just coming around the sweeping right hand at the end of Sector 3.
Zampa in for a P3 with a 30.89. It's a good lap for him. Charisma well back here, not able to catch that toe. I think Zampa's going to try to hold up a little bit, maybe give him a toe down the Sector 2.
Kings crossing the line now, goes second. That's a good lap.
30.41. My apologies. Oh, Charisma's going to dip past Zampa. Looks like the toe's not in order here. Let's take a look down the grid. We've got, looks like everybody's got a time but $10 whole. $10 whole still in the pits.
Division's had a big crash, sorry, AJ, into the pit wall. And that's Division trying to come into the pits, and he's broken his wing. Luckily, no more damage than that as he was coming into the pits. But it all wrong
hot there.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. I did that in practice. It was a big crash into the pit wall. It caught me out. Luckily, I was a one-time learner there. Was not a victim of it in the race.
Still quite up. We've got one more run from the top 3 or 4 guys, I think. We'll have one more chance to get in the 29.
6 minutes to go.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have time at the minute, would you? And the more you got Monkey and Halo on out of that, they might have time to get 2 runs in. I think everyone else will just see 1 run from.
We're hearing back from FRA Formula. He says, donuts for Bubbly. Donuts for Bubbly. Beautiful, my man, beautiful. Love to see it. Let's take a look at the top. Payox is on a lap. He's dipping into the pits. Limiter sign has been eliminated there coming into the pits. Be careful, boys. All right, so we got ABR Murph with a 29.9. Payox Kings with a 30.4. Chile in there with a 30.44, just 0.03 of a second.
I think Kings wouldn't be too disappointed with that, though. He could at least to be alongside Murphy in the turn 1, which is one of the better turn 1s for overtaking on. And you know, he's got the inside line as well. He can get ahead into turn 1, then that puts the pressure back on Murphy, doesn't it, in the race?
Absolutely, yeah, and there's a lot of room there in turn 1. If Kings can get away well, he's got a good chance of taking the lead into that turn 1 for sure.
I think he'd be happy that Boss Cookie isn't here this week as well. Gives him a slightly better chance of taking those 30 points for the win.
Absolutely. Boss Cookie said he's having some internet troubles this week and unable to race. Didn't want to take the chance of causing any problems since the championship's on the line. So big hat tip to Boss Cookie for doing the right thing. We hate to see him not in the grid, though. Rapid driver there.
So Murphy's gone early on his out lap. Kings and Chile still in the pits.
We jump down to $10 here in the Mercedes subbing in today. He's on his first hit late in the session.
24.3 was the best time in Sector 1 for the top guys. 24.5, not too bad.
Like I said, $10 just made the transition to wheel on a Fanatec setup. It's looking pretty sweet. He's going to back out of this lap, though.
Yeah, I think he just, like we said earlier, just got offline, didn't he, through the S's.
It's tough to keep it held down once you get out of line there. He invalidates, but he's got time. He's got 3.5 minutes. He's well into Sector 2, so he's got another chance.
Yeah, not set a lap yet. He's obviously had a couple of problems on his first 2 runs.
We're going to dip back to the driver right behind him. That's going to be Division coming around the hairpin in the Alfa Romeo. Division Rapid as well. You always see him up at the front of the grid battling.
Yeah, 2 tenths up on his previous time. Looking like he might jump even up to 5th, maybe, if he hooks it up sector 3. He wanted to get as close to Haters as he can, that battle for P4 in the championship. Not on the corner. Just stays on the track, final corner.
Here he comes across the line. It's going to put him up in...
Beats Haters, good luck.
Yeah. Great lap by Division, 30.45. You see him giving it a big wiggle there. He's happy with that.
Yeah, just seeing Murphy's invalidated his first attempt at the final run. Not sure if he's going to want to have another go on those tyres or just be happy with the 29.9.
See, Kings is on an out lap. Just ahead of him there. Kings plenty of time to get all the way around for another one on the red striped tire here.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if Murphy wants to go again and have another go. He's already, depends I guess how early he invalidated that lap. Whether he wants to risk having 2 lap old softs at the start of the race.
That's his teammate Monkey there to the left that Payox just passed. We're going to go on board with Payox for his lap.
Yeah, 24.3 was the sector 1 time from Murphy. So let's see what Kings comes in with in comparison.
He's going to have to use every bit of track here. Murph's got quite a gap on him.
Yeah, we see him riding all the curbs. See if he comes in sector 1. 24.4, it's pretty close.
It's really pushing it here. Sector 1 looked really good.
Might get a little bit of tail off the car in front as well. I'm not sure who that is. It might even be Murphy. No, it's not.
It's going to be... That's either Craig Conley or PVR Abner.
Yeah, both on outlap, so hopefully they don't impede him too much. Oh, big lock-up run,
big
massive
lock-up.
Wide. That's going to cost him loads of time. You want to take so much more curb than that. He is a 10th up on his time, but that's cost him, I think, 2 or 3 temps there.
Yeah, I think that's going to keep him from jumping that spot. He's really going to have to gain some speed here in Sector 3, and it's just not conducive for that. Big sweeping turns, double left-handers here at the end. Plus he's got a car ahead. Oh, the car's going to block him. That's Craig Conley. Oh, no. Oh, no. Craig, what are you doing, buddy? That's big. That's big right there.
Yeah, shame. I mean, the only good news for Kings is that Chili's in the wall at the end of Sector 2, so he's not going to be able to set a lap as well.
It looks like Craig's racing him down the straight.
So, well, they've both finished. Murphy in that has just gone 29.5 on it. That's going to
be our pole for sure.
Yeah, what's that lap that is? The only thing there is he's going to have 2 lap old sauce at the start of the race, with a mega lap from Murphy there.
Yeah, that is a mega lap. 29.5, big lap there.
Yeah, everyone, Haters, Zampa all backed out. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. No one else looks like they're going to improve.
Go, boys. We got a group forming up here. They're all pulling into the pits. I think that's going to be everybody. Boniowski's in the pits. Reflex Pilot is invalid.
The only one might be 10 right at the bottom. Looks like he's still pushing.
Like $10 whole. Still looking for a time here. And he's looking like he'll get one here.
Yeah, good at that.
That's going to get him P5.
Nice job with the
That's a lot of drivers in the 30s.
Really close between 2nd and 5th.
Alright, just waiting on the last couple of guys in the pits to retire, and there we go. Alright, ABR Murph, pole position. That's going to give him 1 more point. I believe that puts a total at 16 points, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
15 points.
16 now the gap.
16 points. Math is hard. There you got it. ABR Murph on the pole. Payox Kings right next to him. That's our championship battle, guys. Battling it out into turn 1. That's going to be exciting. $10 whole gets him a late time, put him in the P5 spot. Craig Conley blocks Payox Kings. Not sure it really made a difference. I don't think Payox would have caught that time, but that's going to definitely hurt Craig Conley. I'm sure the stewards are going to award him a hefty slap on the wrist for that. It's unfortunate. Not intentional. Craig Conley's a great racer. Not something he would do on purpose.
Yeah, surprised we didn't see something in game for that, but that's Codemasters for you. ABR Murphy, 6th pole position of the season, bettered only by Boss Cookie with 8.
Yeah, Brazy saying it kind of looked like AI, and I'm inclined to agree because it looked like he made a move for the pits and then the car stays out. I think that might have been an AI situation. It was very close to the time there. I think the AI might have got the best of Payox. Good looking out there, Brazy. Appreciate the eyes on the action.
Yeah, so Murphy's 16 points clear, but he's won more races than Kings, so the gap's effectively 17 that Kings has got to make up. So now if Kings was to win the race, then Murphy would actually be champion with just a 5th place. So that pole position does change things a little bit in favour of Murphy there. So 5th or above for Murphy wins in the championship, regardless of what Kings does.
All right. Murph's going to take us out on the formation lap here at the Circuit of America's Tier 1 finale. Guys, don't miss out tomorrow. We will be having Tier 3's finale. Big shout out to Whiffy Winner, the Tier 3 champion of Season 1. He has already clinched. So he is the big winner in Tier 3. $10 whole, the winner of Tier 2. And tonight's race is going to determine who wins Tier 1. It's been an exciting first season.
Yeah, it's been great. Really looking forward to the draft-esque stream that you were talking about earlier for Season 2. Seeing who everyone's going to be teamed up with. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll give a little teaser. It's been rumored, it's not confirmed, but it's been rumored that we might let the champions pick their car.
Ooh.
All 3 tier champions might get first choice at cars, and then it's going to be a random, completely random draft for teams and partners. But we'll have to wait and see if that pans out. Like I said, strictly word in the paddock. No confirmation yet from the FIA about how that's going to pan out. We got another follow on the stream. Big shout out to Evo94. Thank you for the follow, and we appreciate you supporting the stream. Welcome to SSR. Hope you're enjoying it so far.
So one thing to look up for at turn 1, then, if you normally see a few cars run wide into that runoff, and then occasionally you can get a bit of a dangerous rejoin from there. So especially in the midfield, just got to keep an eye on anyone running wide turn 1 and then coming back into the other races. I'm sure they'll keep it clean. Famous last words.
Yeah. With 18 cars piling into turn 1 there, you also see a lot of side swipes. You see guys coming in shallow and then trying to hold that inside line, drift out and catch somebody in the side. So be smart, guys. You can't win it in turn 1. Lead the space. Let's have a heck of a start here.
Reflex
cars are
and
forming back up on the grid.
So I'm just going to say Reflex in, PB Rabner on the hards, Halo, Formula and Hamilton on the mediums, everyone else on soft. It's a mix of 2 stop and 1 stoppers then.
All right, guys. Everybody's formed back up. I'm going to try to keep a good eye on the front here, Basco, if you want to keep an eye on the back.
Yep.
Looks like the front of the grid's away clean. Payox coming in to squeeze ABR Murph a little bit. Murph's going to close the door on him. Looks like he drug the left rear across his nose a little bit there. ABR Murph with a great start. You can see him filing through the S's here.
Yeah.
ABR Murph out to a 2 or 3 car lead there.
We've got
Somebody's around. That's a Haas.
Pilot's round. Didn't see exactly what happened there.
Looks like Halo might have got turned around as well. Both Hosses losing it there in the S's. Not a good start for the Hosses. Tough break there as we see the cars pile into the hairpin there.
McLaren looking
got
like a
ABR
move.
Murph.
Zampa on Banaski.
There we go. Big train of cars coming down the DRS straight there. Everybody's filed in. The Haas, both Haas cars well back now after that little bump and run there in the S's. They're going to have to be playing catch up here.
Yeah, just watching JDM make a good move on 10 at the end of the long straight up into 5th place.
I hope these two stay together because these two are going to battle it out. Both very equal in skill, both rapid. This would be an epic battle if these two are duking it out through the first few laps here.
Well, I think all these guys have said Monkey in division in that battle for 4th as well. So that's a nice little train there, 4th through 7. I think that's a lot of guys on similar pace at the top there. Crucially, Murphy already out to over a second on Kings. That's going to get him out of DRS range. It's not even come into effect yet. Hamilton's in the pits. Might have had a bit of contact on lap 1. Not sure what happened there. He's going to go, yeah, change of front wing for Hamilton in the pits. He's going to go onto hard tyres.
Might have been what caused the Hosses there both to go out. We didn't catch what happened in the back there. Hamilton for a very early pit stop here, only 2 laps in. ABR Murph's already stretched a 1.2 gap.
Yeah, great start from him. Like we said, he's out the DRS range already. Just eases the pressure, and to be fair, King's eking out the DRS range of Chile. So those two starting
and
to
Hamilton
the
has lost it into turn 1, spun the car around on those fresh hards. Now, I got to tell you, I caught the only penalty of my race coming into hard tires. First lap going into those S's right there. I drugged the tire over the left side, and it gave me a penalty. Those tires are not good here until they get hot. It's very, very difficult to find grip while they're cold.
Yeah, not a great race tire. Just watching Chalupa and Conley having a good battle down at the start of Sector 3. Conley just running wide, and he's got a penalty already. I think that's a result of their battling. Chalupa was just parking the bus a bit in front of him, forcing Conley to run wide. He's already got a 3-second
Take a moment real quick while we got a big DRS train here. I want to give a big shout out to all 33 viewers we got right now. Big shout out to everybody turning up for the championship finale for Tier 1. That's awesome support, everybody. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We got a couple of follows already tonight. That's fantastic. We hit 420 followers tonight just in Season 1. That's phenomenal. Thank you, everyone.
Zampa's pushing Binaski through the S's. I'm not sure if you're watching that as well.
Yeah, we were on board with Zampa there. He looked to the inside, but played the side of caution there, backed out. I don't think he could have held that line. It was a very smart move by Zampa and the McLaren. Zampa maybe for a switchback here?
I think he just went a
little
little
bit.
This is lap
3. DRS is it's available now. And you can see the fins open up on the spoiler of Zampa's McLaren. He's going to push. Boniaski not with the advantage here, just out of DRS range. Zampa looks to the inside. Boniaski
yeah, Chalupa
gives
the
him
inside
the
of Zampa
room.
now.
Chalupa capitalizes.
Yeah, we just saw Zampa didn't pull out really alongside Banaski until right at the end of the corner. Zampa's going to try and come back at Chalupa. Chalupa keeps the place, but I think Zampa just didn't commit fully to that move up the inside, and that caused him to not get a great exit. And Chalupa's got past Zampa, and now Conley's on the back of him as well.
Absolutely. Chalupa had the fangs out there. He saw that door open and he kicked it in, and he is now ahead of the McLaren.
Chile's really closing up the Kings at the top. He's in DRS range up the top of the hill. Doesn't get the move done there, but he's caught back up massively.
All right, couple of follows in the chats. Let's take a look. Mange2, thank you for the follow. And we got Katano TV, super there. Thank you so much for the follows. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Big shout out to both of you guys, or gals, or however you'd like to identify. We appreciate the support. Chili's making some moves up here.
Yeah,
Close the gap up to Payox. You can see him coming through the hairpin here. He's going to be in DRS range. Payox Kings just outside of that advantage range. Chili's going to come for him right here. We're going to go at Payox Kings. Let's see if we... Oh,
bit too
it's
far
giving
back.
me camera issues.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, a bit too far back. Chili just thought about it a little bit, but Kings has held on. I was about to say Kings has done well to stay within a second and a half of Murphy, but this battling is going to cost him a lot of time. He's already lost half a second just by defending up the straight.
Oh, we've got a car around.
Yeah,
That's going to be Shush in the racing point. Big spin there. Right at the end of the Sector 2 straight. He's going to have to stay left, let all this traffic go by. He's going to drop all the way to the back here. That's going to hurt. And he catches a 3-second. The stewards are not happy with him. You can see the line of cars. We're on board looking over the rear spoiler of Chili. You got Division and JD and Haters in tow there. Division closing up really close there into turn 1. Payox Kings ahead now, you can see. ABR Murph still comfortably ahead, opening up a gap. 2 seconds at this time.
Yeah, we missed Monkey getting past $10, but now we've got all three guys who are battling very closely for 4th in the championship, also battling for 4th in the race, and actually in the opposite positions to where they are in the championship. So that's going to close things right up there. I'm not even going to attempt to do the maths on it.
After that big spin by the racing point, we hear from the engineer they have retired the car for the day. That's going to be it for Shush in the racing point. Boniaski, the other racing point, still on the track, battling, currently P9.
Just watching Chili all over the back of Kings. He's pulled out, but not going to get the move done there. And the Division and Haters battling behind.
Ooh, looks like JD's going to make a move. I don't think those two cars could be any closer without contact. JD is all over the gearbox.
And crucially, Division's already picked up a penalty. I'm not sure whether that was just from defending from Haters, but that's going to be coming to play at the end of the race. Penalties quite crucial around here at USA. Track limits are very harsh.
Yeah, we're going to see Division's got a 3-second. Craig Conley also with a 3-second. 5 laps, 6 laps in. It's a little early to start collecting those. And we will see these as the tires wear. Grip becomes a premium. You're going to see guys start picking them up in the S's here. Another one for Craig Conley. That's going to be 6 seconds. That's going to hurt him.
Zampa again all over the back of the racing point. He's going to have a look into turn 1. Gets the move done. Banaski gets a better run out, but Zampa keeps ahead. They're going to go side by side.
They're going to go side by side into the S's. Zampa's going to have to back out there.
Yeah, it's a shame for Zampa because as the choice again gets very close, looks like he had the move down into turn 1 and then just got on the throttle, I think, a bit too early. Banaski got a better exit. And then, like you said, side by side was never going to go together. Hamilton's retired. Is that
Oh, and that's it for
pits?
Hamilton. That's a big crash. He's off in Sector 3. That's a terminal crash. He's gone. That's it for Hamilton and Loreno.
Surely it's going to be a virtual safety car at least. Car looks like he's in the way a little bit.
Nope,
No,
he's well off the track. He's good to go. They're going to give it the green flag. There's a lot of runoff coming out of that big sweeping right-hander. I think that's why we're not going to see the stewards make a big fuss. The marshals are happy with the safety of the car being well off the track. That's easy to lose it there. That's a big sweeping right-hander. You're going to see him. He went off just to the top side of Murphy there into that big wall on the far side.
Big train starting to form
Murphy.
behind that racing point, AJ, of Banaski. Zampa, almost same thing happened. Zampa went again for the move, and then Chalupa saw a gap behind Zampa. And we almost saw the same thing happen. Zampa going for a move and actually losing a place instead.
Yeah, this is a great aerial shot as they come around the penultimate corner. Chalupa's going to have the DRS. Zampa's just going to get out of the way. Nothing he can do here. Chalupa's going to shoot on by. Zampa's going to take the inside and try to defend here. Forcing Chalupa out to the wide line, but Chalupa's just going to get the run. He's got the DRS. Zampa again forced to dip back in behind into the S's.
Yeah, we're seeing the guys on the inside line in turn 1 just get such a worse run out of there, and the guys on the outside just get such better traction, and then they've got the inside for the S's, and you've got to back out through there. There's no way you can go side by side.
Yeah. There's no way you can make that turn in on that first entry of the S's. Somebody's going to lose out.
Chile getting, I think, a little bit frustrated possibly behind Kings. It's about 4 or 5 laps now. He's had DRS, but can't get past. And Kings is keeping that gap just about to Murphy. 2 seconds is manageable. Obviously, he's got to get past, and then, but you know, if Murphy finishes second, there's not much he can do about that. But he's keeping within distance just about.
Well, one thing I got to say about Kings, he's an excellent driver. He's got tremendous pace, but he is top-notch defender too. You can see him put that car right where it needs to be to keep that position for himself.
There was someone who's having a good start to the race. FRA Formula didn't set a lap in qualifying, started on the medium, so he's probably going to 1-stop, already up to 8th, and I would imagine a lot of the guys in front of him will 2-stop. So we could see Formula.
Looks like Zampa might be going for the undercut.
Yeah, onto the mediums, I think. Oh, divisions round in the S's. Didn't see what happened. Possibly contact with haters, not sure, but divisions round. Stays in P8.
Those tires are very hot. You see him babying them. He's struggling for grip.
Oh, he's under the grass. That's not going to help too much.
Try not to lose too much time there, but he did have to get out of the way. He can't rejoin there. It's going to be very dangerous with all that traffic coming through. He takes the penalty and cuts the corner.
Yeah, fair play to him.
Big hat tip to the racecraft there. He could have got back in line. The cars are coming at him pretty hot. He just takes the hit on the chin, catches the 3-second, and moves on. Penalties will play into this. There's going to be lots of them. Formula makes a good move on 10-hole dollars there around the left-hander. Slips right underneath. Clipped just in time to see that. Quite a move there by Formula.
Yeah, like I said, he's having a great start to the race. On those medium tyres, it'd be interesting. Could he? I don't think he can go medium soft, can he? So he's going to have to go medium hard.
Ooh.
Yeah, big slip from
Big
$10
wiggle by
behind.
the Mercedes at 10-hole dollars. Heck of a feat to hang on to the rear end there. He got a big wiggle.
I think we're in that window, aren't we, where the softs are going off a little bit, and we're going to see, like you said, a lot of guys now picking up penalties. And the softs.
Platnor in the chat saying looks familiar. Platnor and myself had quite a battle down there. And Division has called it a day, parks it in the garage. Alfa Romeo loses a driver there.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the pitch. Chalupa and Conley trying to cover off Zampa's undercut, but I think Zampa's going to get back past Chalupa. Just about so close, coming out the far first corner. Zampa's got the move and is on mediums. Chalupa's gone to the hard tyres.
Chile still stuck in behind Payox Kings here. Payox maintaining that 2-second gap. Murph not getting away, but Payox not making up any time either.
I wonder if Murphy's just cruising a little bit. They've got very similar ERS, but I wonder if he's just saving those tyres a little bit and just holding that gap at a manageable distance. He's certainly under not a lot of pressure at the minute, is he?
Yeah, I agree. And I think Payox might be doing the same thing. I think he's comfortable with the 2-second gap. He's trying to stretch those softs as long as he can, maybe do a 1-stop. Chile's going to dip into the pits in behind him, already burn those tires up, trying to get past Payox.
So it's been interesting what does Chile go on to, because if he goes onto the mediums, he's committing to the 2-stop. Hards will get into the end of the race. Let's see.
White stripes for Chile. He's going for the 1-stop.
Is making up so much time on Monkey. I think those softs are at the limit. Certainly probably about 65-70% right now after 9 laps in the race. And Formula on those nicer mediums is gaining so much time on Monkey through the S's.
Yeah, he's definitely closing the gap. As you see him come over the hill there, they're going to scream down that downhill section, which leads to the tight left-hand hairpin. Right into the DRS zone. Going with Formula here.
Should be quite an easy move for him, I think.
There he goes. He peeks to the left. Monkey's making him earn it. It got the battery on. Formula is going to get by right at the end of the straight. Textbook overtake.
We just see how quickly he closes up onto JDM as well, or whether these guys on the soft might finally call it. Only 5 left on them. We've seen the undercut work really well with Zampa, so I wonder if it's going to do the same thing with Chile on Kings.
We will have to wait and see. Got Smelly Socks, also known as Payox Remix, supporting his buddy there, Payox Kings, saying go Payox.
Yeah, top 3 on the pits. Monkey and 10 stay out, which is interesting.
Quite a mix of strategies we're seeing here. Formula taking the P1 position for now. Stops are occurring. Monkey's sticking with him. $10 finds his way all the way up into P3. Murph's going to rejoin P4. Payox Kings in tow behind him.
Yeah, that's huge from Kings.
Chile is now battling. You see him.
Oh, he's going for a move.
Oh, big send. Big send. That was not nice. Not nice at all. You can't do that.
And I think
Chile's going to tip the hat. Yeah. He knows he's messed up. He backed out and gave the spot back to Payox, but Payox now 2.6 seconds behind ABR Murph.
Yeah, not what Kings wanted.
Got to give him a tip there. He did get the position back, but the time lost is going to be tremendous there.
Yeah, the shame because Kings had made up a lot of time in the pit lane. He was under a second on Murphy coming out, and then like you say, I'm not sure what Chile was doing there. He just seemed to get a little bit offline and then went up the inside of Kings and the S's, which was probably ended up the best case scenario because I'm surprised I didn't see someone facing the wrong way. But yeah,
I agree. I think you got to back out there if you're Chile. You got to get off the throttle. Payox is coming through. You know you're out of line there. You got to get off that throttle and give that guy the right of way. But in the moment, it's hard to make that judgment. Maybe he thought he could hang the car in there, and you just hate to see it. Payox has got a lot of work cut out for him now, all the way down to 3 seconds.
Yeah, shame from Kings. I think Chile he's on the hard tyre, so I think he knew he had to really get in front of Kings to have a chance in the race. But a bit desperate to get through and just had to wait to the DRS zone, really. I guess that's what happens when you're sat behind the same driver for 10 or 11 laps and can't get through, and you see the opportunity, and sometimes it's difficult to back out of it.
I agree. Maybe a little frustration lunge there. Again, we got to give him the hat tip. He did give the position back, but it's too little, too late there. You see, Chile collects some penalties here. He's struggling on these cold hards all over the track now. Like I said, the hard, not a great race tire until it gets warmed up, and it's going to take about 3 or 4 laps to get them tires up to temp, and it's going to be a big struggle after.
Yeah, I mean, Formula's just got to put in 3 or 4, maybe 5 really good laps. Try and keep that gap to Murphy and Kings at around 8-9 seconds, and then he's going to pit onto fresh softs with probably 9-10 laps to go, and he's going to have such a pace advantage on those guys. He's going to fly through the field. I mean, a safety car around now would be absolutely huge for him.
Absolutely, yeah. I know Payox has got to be rooting for a safety car here.
Yeah, he needs something, doesn't he? Because Murphy's just extending that gap. I wondered if he might try and maybe a different strategy to Murphy. I guess he wouldn't know what tyres he was going to go onto. But it's difficult to be able to see how he's going to get past unless we get someone like, oh, and Chile's gone to a pit and he's hit the barrier on the way in as well. I think he might be calling it a day. That's not gone yet. Retired on the pit lane. Went straight into the pit wall on entry.
A little knife twist in the wound there for Payox after catching the contact there in the S's and losing all that time to have that same guy turn in and call it a day. That one's got to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Payox is a contender. He's already down to 4 seconds now. 4 seconds gap. I think he might have caught a little wing damage there in that altercation.
Interesting that Monkey's gone back onto another set of soft tyres, so he's committing to a 2-stop. I think everyone else in the top 6 is going to be able to do a 1-stop. Murphy's decided to go for a 2-stop. which I'm not too sure is going to pay off for him unless we get another unless we get a safety car. Close battle at the bottom. Conley, Chalupa, Charisma, they've been close together all race. Conley's got the DRS. They go around the outside at the back of the long straight. Oh, he goes wide. Conley, Chalupa's going to go up the inside. Conley has to concede the place, goes down the inside then. Doesn't get the move done. Good driving from both of them. Saw Conley go a little bit deep into the corner at the end of the straight. Went side by side the corner after that. Those guys have been together all through the race. I think Conley's a bit desperate to get past Chalupa.
Ajax looks to be losing a little time here. 4.9 seconds.
We need something, don't we? Just spice that up a little bit. It's Murphy got away well at turn 1, and like we said, he's just managing that gap, and he's been able to do it since since Kings had that incident with Chile. And it's going to be difficult for Kings to catch him up now, I think.
I'm inclined to agree here. We got SSR Charisma in the back of the grid here, catching up to Craig Conley and King Chalupa, battling for 10th, 11th, and 12th. Craig Conley, 15 seconds of penalty, struggling today at COTA. Not like him. He's usually very consistent. This one can get you out, though. It's a tough track.
Yeah, we saw him catch his first 3 seconds after 2 laps, and I think once if you don't get in a rhythm early on, it's so difficult to find it. And we see Charisma all over the back of him, coming up to the start of Sector 3. Those guys have been battling, and Benaski again is just starting to get dragged into that train in front of Chalupa. Monkey not really.
Got about half a battery. Hard to see Conley's setup here, but Charisma's going to take a look to the inside on the wing camera. Oh, Conley well wide there. Charisma's going to get by easy. Nice.
Yeah,
got
a couple of times I've seen Conley run wide. Got a setup issue there, or what's the problem? It doesn't look like he's in his rhythm, does he?
No, Conley definitely looks like he's struggling here. Maybe one too many seltzers before the race. Look at Zampa now taking a look at Halo. He's going to dip to the left of Halo. He's going to get by easy here. Shuts the door quick. Zampa with the head down now.
Yeah, he did want to get
just
the undercut
over the halfway point.
Good strategy, but I think he's going to have to pit again. I don't think he can take those mediums another 12 laps. I think we'll see Zampa. Halo's got to pit again as well. But I think the guys at the top, other than Monkey, will easily get to the end on their medium tyres, other than Formula, who obviously hasn't stopped yet. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out with him.
Yeah, I think Zampa's looking at maybe the soft, medium, soft strategy here today. I know it's worked for him in the past in other leagues. I think he might be leaning on that strategy today. I can tell you, I tried to take the medium soft. I got to lap 15, and I got a puncture in Sector 3. Almost took me off the track. Right about the spot where Hamilton crashed earlier. Was able to get into the pits, lost a few seconds there. Fortunately, there was a mix-up with the pit crew. Ended up on hards instead of softs. Really cost me some time at the end of the race.
Yeah, I was surprised by that earlier. I was behind you as you were in the pits, and I saw you go onto the hards. Didn't realise that was a mix-up.
Yeah, I checked the tires coming down the DRS straight. Was showing soft tires for the anticipated pit stop, but I think the puncture caused a little error there, and it auto-switched me to the hard tires. Was not happy. Not happy. Me and Jeff had some colorful words after the race. Yep, George Russelled me. It happens, though. It happens. Not unhappy with the race. Had a great battle with my good friend and racer, Platnor. It was a perfect ending to a great season. Can't complain at all. Look forward to battling him in Season 2.
He's a good racer, Platnor, known for his alternate strategies, of course. As Formula comes into the pits, I'm sure onto soft tyres.
Boniaski with a nice overtake on Halo at the end of the DRS straight. Slips right underneath him in the racing point. Excellent overtake.
Let's see where Formula comes out, because this will be crucial. Needs some clean air to make those softs work.
Look how he's going to come out P5 just ahead of $10 whole. No, 10's going to get by.
Oh, that's not what he wanted. Needs to clear 10 quickly as possible on those soft tyres. Needs to get him on the DRS straight this lap.
Now, actually, this might work in his advantage. If he can keep the pace and use him as a slingshot, he might have a good outcome here. Because if he gets past, he comes out ahead of 10, he's not going to have the DRS, and it's going to slow him up in the straight. He's going to get stuck battling 10, so this is going to give him a chance to get around him. So I think this might actually work in his favor.
See if he can get the move done. Great shout if he does.
Here he goes. You can see the veins open on the spoiler. He is trying to run him down, but 10's not going to give it to him easy. 10's got that battery cooking. He's trying to fight him off. They're going to dive into the corner together. He makes him earn it.
You have to go a long way around. Hangs it around the outside. They'll have the inside for the next corner.
What a battle. Excellent, excellent racing there by those two. Good hard racing, leaving just a crease of daylight between the cars, not making contact. But that was some tremendous driving on both parts there.
Yeah, just saw the difference in the tyres. Formula's got to switch it on now and start hunting down the guys in front. Monkey's in the pits as well.
Yeah, we're going to have to see the Ferrari put his head down here. He's really going to have to push. He does have a purple Sector 3 there with that battle.
Yeah, so 7-second gaps to Haters. I think he'll chop that down quite comfortably, and then it's just whether he can then make up the time to the top two. I'm inclined to think he might get Kings as well. Murphy's just extending that lead up to 8 seconds on Kings. So comfortable for him right now.
Yeah, he's definitely found his groove, that's for sure. With those new tires, FRA Formula in with a purple Sector 1. Platnor in the chat saying Craig Conley with 15 seconds of penalties. Ouch. Yeah, it's easy to do. You got to, like my co-host here said, you got to find that rhythm early, and if you don't, it racks up quick. I mean, it only takes a couple of warnings, and then you're in the trouble there. And you see Craig Conley kind of got behind the 8 ball early on here. 15 seconds is really going to hurt him.
Yeah, I managed to go from 0 warnings to a time penalty earlier, just in the space of 2 corners. You run wide in the first one, puts you out of shape for the next one, and then on the exit as well. And that's how easy it is. In the space of 2 corners, you can go from cruising to 3-second time penalty.
Absolutely. I've seen me do it.
I was going to say, maybe that's just our driving.
I think my mistake was I was frustrated with the unexpected hard tires and was trying to push them before they were ready there. Formula, like I said, couple of purple sectors strung together, a 132.5. That's going to be a fast lap for the Ferrari. That is the quickest of the day.
Up 13 positions. Formula started P17 and looked like he's going to get on the podium quite comfortably. Really good drive from him. Had the perfect strategy. Why didn't see more guys outside the top 10 starting the mediums?
That is a good run so far. You've got to see if he can keep it together here. Looking dominant right now. Let's take a look back at some of our close battles. King Chalupa is trying to close the gap on Boniaski. Chalupa with 3 seconds. Boniaski with 3 seconds. They're battling for position right now. Zampa ahead of those two, also with 3 seconds. So these guys are all battling for position. Chalupa with a nice run there and then cuts the corner. Big corner cut there by Chalupa. That's going to hurt. Commentator's curse. He's going to collect a 3 second. Wojnarowski just outside of DRS range. Zampa going to have the advantage down the back straight.
Yeah, Chalupa on the harder tyres, but I think we're getting to the time where Zampa and Wojnarowski's mediums are going to be starting to struggle a little bit. We saw Formula taking 15 laps, so the Racing Point and McLaren will definitely both have to pit again. So I think Chalupa's going to want to get past before that. He doesn't want to sit behind them.
No, especially after collecting that other 3 second. He's really going to want to get ahead so that he can open a gap up.
Formula's got the gap down at 3 seconds. It was 7 seconds a lap and a half ago.
JDM Haters is closing in on Payox as well. JD finding his rhythm.
Kings with a penalty. That's his first 3 second penalty. So we've got 2, 3 and 4 on 3 seconds.
We got ABR Murph, 10-hole dollars, and PBR Abner. Only drivers squeaky clean. No penalties as of right now. 8 laps to go. Looks like ABR Murph might be our Tier 1 champion. All he's got to do is bring that car across the line.
I'm going to let you curse him, not me.
I'll do it.
He's put the jinx on it.
I'm Team Payox all the way anyways, so I'll be the bad guy.
Chalupa's really close to Wojnarowski at the start of the long straight. I think he might get in this time. Oh, what's happened to Halo? Oh, that's in the pits, that's okay.
It looks like Halo has hanged it up today. It's one of the Haas drivers calling it quits for the day. Reflex Pilot in P12 still out there for Haas.
Yeah, Halo's car back on the track. Caused a bit of problem for the guy in second, third and fourth in a minute.
Yeah, guys, if you're listening, you got the Haas in turn 1 is AI. Keep that in mind.
Formula within DRS range.
Going very slow there too.
Yeah, going to come up to it in the S's. That's not what you want to see. Gets out of the way, to be fair, the AI.
Hat tip to the AI, being a good boy and getting out of the way. Wojnarowski in the pits. Chalupa's going to go ahead and move up. Zampa's staying out.
Ooh, Formula gets another penalty. Just ran over the curb a little bit too much on the exit down to the end of sector 1, but he's still close enough. He's going to be right on the back of Haters.
Let's take a look.
Oh, late move. Oh, sorry for the weird noises. Side by side.
Another great battle here.
Looks like Formula's going to keep the place just about. We saw him make such a late move in the end of the straight, ran well wide, allowed Haters to come back, and then when Formula rejoined, and he's all over the place now. I think those tyres might be a little bit hot.
Yeah, it looks like they are. You saw him get a little wobble there as he drifted across the right side there. 6 seconds of penalties. JD has him now. We're going to dip in and take a look. Those tires of Zampa sticking in there a little bit. Still in the green range. I won't disclose where they are, but they are in the green range.
Yeah, I guess it's at the point where you might as well take him to the end. As Charisma's dived in there on 11 lap mediums.
I'll let this cat out of the bag. Zampa's mediums are comparable to Chalupa's hards. They're right about the same. Okay. So they're battling pretty good here. Chalupa's going to have to really pull a gap here. No, Zampa caught another penalty, so that's going to be 6 seconds apiece for them. They're back to fighting for position.
Formula all over the back of Kings at the end of Sector 2. Wasn't close enough at the end of the straight. He's going to make a move now on Kings up the inside.
Oh, to the inside. What a place. What a place to make a move. Little nudge there. He gave him a little elbow, but I don't think it was malicious. He did have the entry when they went in.
Yeah, I don't think King saw that one coming through there. Seeing Formula One run quite wide on that penultimate corner quite a lot. Must be racking up the warnings, I think. He's certainly using all of the track to get these moves done.
Another penalty. And if you're Payok's there, you're not going to catch Murph. Murph's 12 seconds ahead. Formula's got 6 seconds of penalty, so he's got a 3-second advantage for Kings does. So he's just got to keep him in tow. If you're in the closing laps here, don't battle him. Just keep with him. Use the DRS to stay in him. Formula having a good race, though.
Yeah, top 4 have all driven really well. Looks like Haters is going to get P4 in the Drivers' Championship as well. Monkey in division, his closest rivals. Division out, Monkey down in 6th place.
There's Zampa in the pits. Just like to note, Formula up 15 positions. Solid contender for driver of the day.
Well, I think if that doesn't get you it, I'm not sure much will. He's had a very good race.
Zampa's going to rejoin the grid at P11, just ahead of Charisma, his teammate in the other McLaren.
Yeah, surprised they left that so late. I'm not sure. Maybe they were just not sure, Zampa and Charisma, whether they were going to do a 1-stop or a 2-stop. But you'd have thought you would want to get them all of the life out of those soft tyres. Might have come in a couple of laps earlier. But
got breaking news from the chat. TTM Stinner's #1 fan is in the chat, and he has followed the stream. TTM Marto, thank you for the follow and the shout out for Mr. Stinner.
Yeah, P2.
Old broccoli head himself.
P2 in the Drivers' Championship for Tier 2. Great season from Stenner. The winner, I think he won the race earlier, didn't he? Comfortable win in the end in Tier 2.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he is rapid. Definitely put on some speed late in the season. Stenner, the iron horse of the SSR crew. I believe he races in 7 different leagues. Don't know how he finds the time, but hats off to him for doing it.
So I wonder if we'll see Kings
stretched out pretty good here.
I was going to say, I wonder if we'll see Kings come back at Formula when his soft starts to wear out a little bit, but the gaps are beginning to form. I think penalties are now going to be what we have to watch out for.
Yeah, he's got a 1-second gap now. He's going to have to really stay with him here. Let's take a look and see if we can get a look into just what that tire situation looks like for Payox. Not sure if I got his telemetry. Oh, okay. Yep, there we are.
If I had to guess, I'd imagine those mediums are around 45, possibly 50%. Him and Haters are at the same old age-old tyres. Formula 6-lap-old softs. I think he'll comfortably get to the end without having too much wear. It's just whether Kings can stay within 3 seconds.
Don't have the Renault's telemetry, but the Ferrari on the soft still in pretty good shape.
I have to say, $10 having a good race as well, stepping up from Tier 2. I know he's got Tier 1-esque pace, and he's showing it today up in P5. Very, very solid race.
Absolutely. 10 started off in Tier 1 for the first probably quarter of the season. Had a big change at work that required him to dip out of the Tier 1 scene. And with the talent and the abilities, we didn't want to see him have to lose his seat, so we shifted him down to Tier 2. And of course, he was dominant there, taking away the Tier 2 championship. But 10, a solid guy, just went to the wheel and already showing tremendous pace. Usually it takes people a little bit of time to get that adjustment from pad to wheel, but he's on top of it. Still a contender.
Yeah, I think he on the podium today, wasn't he? P2 or P3? I know he had a good battle with Krob at the end. Very, very consistent racer. So Zampa make quite an easy move on the fresh softs on reflex into turn 1. He's got Benaski to hunt down now.
It's running out of time. 2 laps to go here.
Yes, he's got 3 seconds more penalties as well, 9 seconds to 6, so going to be difficult for Zampa to move higher than 10th. Surprised to see that you hasn't managed to get on the podium this year, Zampa. I'm sure he's going to want to change that next year. P4 his best result in Austria.
Struggled a little bit here in the SSR League, but he did take home the crown at OTL, the big championship winner over at the OTL Racing League on the limits, a good sister group to ours. Guys, if you're going to be around, not tomorrow, but next Sunday, we are going to do another tribute for our friend Bubbly, SSR Bubbly. OTL's hat tip to our friend Bubbly. We're going to do a exhibition race between SSR and OTL. It will be streamed. Don't miss it. It's going to be awesome. I was offered a seat in that. I was honored to be able to participate in that race, so I will be there. I know Zampa will be there and a few other guys, so don't miss it. Tune in. It'll be right here on SSR TV.
Yeah, looking forward to watching that. A lot of great guys at OTL, and I'm sure it'll be another great tribute, just like it was today.
And stay tuned after the stream. I know there's a few people that want to make some comments, and we're going to have a little session after this, so stay tuned. Don't dip out at the end of the race. For those of you that don't know, we lost a good friend and fellow racer right before the start of season 1. SSR Bubbly, Ethan Kraft, was a good friend to a lot of guys here. He was part of the reason we got SSR going. He unfortunately lost his life right before the beginning of season 1, and we have dedicated the entire first season to him. That's the reason we're ending on Circuit of America and not Abu Dhabi in his honor. He's a great guy, great soul. He's deeply missed by the family here, and we couldn't think of anything better than to finish the season here on the home turf. JD making a move here. He's caught all the way up to Payox, 3/10 down to 4/10 here. He's going to have DRS. Payox is under some trouble here.
Yeah, equal penalty, so it's 4th position.
Yeah, JD's hungry for a podium here in the final race of the season, and he's got the pace and abilities to do it as we look off the spoiler cam as he's chasing down Payox in the straight.
Bit too far back. He's going to have one more chance next lap.
Like I said before, Payox, a excellent defender. You saw him there. He utilized the battery at just the right time to keep JD at bay, even with the DRS.
Yeah, I think that's why Formula we saw a few laps ago to make that sort of risky move, didn't we, into that little hairpin after the straight. And when you're trying to overtake somebody defends as well as Kings, you've got to do that move in a position that he's not expecting it. And that's why I think Formula made such a good move, and he's extended that gap above 3 seconds to King. So he's going to take home P2. Murphy started his final lap of the championship winning drive today from Murphy.
Yeah, we got our second champion here. It's going to be great. Actually, our third champion. Our other two groups have already clinched their spots, so this will be the final champion of season 1. Murph's going to bring it on home. This has been quite a battle between these two, Payox Kings and Murph. It's been back and forth. Payox catching a bad string of luck there, unfortunately getting collected in a couple of races with incidents that weren't necessarily his fault. I think brought this a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he had slight damage on that front wing, because we saw him come out the pits on the medium so close to Murphy, and then he had that tango with Chile, and he's just dropped so far back ever since. 15 seconds the gap between Murphy and Kings, and just a shame we didn't get to see that battle, wasn't it, AJ, between the two championship leaders?
Oh, that would have been one for the ages. But Payox has nothing to hang his head about. He had a hell of a season. He's quite the contender, and I'm looking forward to seeing these two battle out season 2. Payox is not going to go quietly into the night. He's going to want to come back next season and absolutely put it down.
Yeah, I think we have a great season in Tier 1 in season 2. From what I've seen, we've got a lot of quick guys. Boss Cookie's obviously going to be there from the start. Murphy's crossed the line. He is Tier 1 champion.
Murphy is going to bring it on home. We got a new champion, boys. Formula is giving it a wiggle. There's Payox coming in. JD right behind him. $10 whole is going to bring home a P5. Monkey in behind him for a P6. What a race we had here at Circuit of
So if you want
Americas.
to switch on to Zampa, AJ, just doing some donuts there on the final lap.
Zampa showing the love, giving us the big donuts for Bubs.
Charisma as well, lovely to see.
Charisma, Team McLaren showing the love for Bubbly. I know Bubs is looking down laughing. He loved a good donut. We had a follow as well. Daryl Lucas 123, thank you for the follow. BFE, our team made it to the semifinals of the first season. It should be interesting to see how we fare. We're looking forward to season 2 of that as well. That was our first go at, I guess, like an esports type tournament, so we were happy with the outcome. We didn't expect much going into it. We made it all the way to the semifinals, so we're excited for the next round of it. Heatwave in the chat saying, Bubbly, rest in peace. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Heatwave. Racer here as well. What a race we had today at Circuit of Americas. Like I said, everybody, stay tuned. There's a couple of people that want to have some words after this, so stay tuned. We're going to get people in here. They're going to have some things to say. Remember our friend. Season 1's been a blast. This is something else. Bascom, thank you again for sitting in tonight. Short notice. Did a fantastic job. It's a pleasure. Look forward to having you back in again.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's been a lot of fun. I couldn't have picked a better race to watch, and obviously a brilliant tribute to Bubbly and Zampa and Charisma now. A fitting send-off as Zampa loses the wheel into the barrier.
Daryl asking, who do you think will go through in each group? Man, it's tough to tell. I need to go through and look who all's in there. There's some stiff competition in it this season. I know a couple other groups have been added, so like I said, I'm just looking forward to it. We really enjoyed it. There was some tough competition, some very rapid teams there in the championship. So we'll have to see. We will be there, though. You will see an SSR team in the BFE championship for season 2.
Yeah, those 25% races at the esports events certainly make that great races, don't they? Everyone's so close together.
There's some big names in it too.
Yeah,
AMS, TTM, FRA, EQR. There's going to be some big rapid teams there. All right, big shout out to our Tier 1 champion, ABR Murph. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to get these guys in the chat here, and we're going to have a little talk with them. We're going to open it up and get everybody in here, so anybody that wants to talk can talk. Give me just a second. I'm going to squeeze through this directory here for the stewards. And then we are going to start getting everybody in the chat. I'm going to open up this party chat, and anybody that wants to come in from the race can come in and talk and say their piece. All right. There we go. Let's get some people in here. I'm going to get Zampa in here, Charisma, and a couple of these other guys. We'll start filing everybody in. We put this party back to open. I want to give a big shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. We had 36 viewers at the end of that race. That is phenomenal. Looks like another follow just came in. Blurst Bucky, thank you for the follow. That's awesome. Guys, if you didn't know, SSR's got a merch store. We've got some sweet hoodies. Just picked myself up one. I got some sweet stickers. We got coffee mugs. We got masks. Don't miss it out. Click on that link at the bottom right of your screen, the SSR with all our social media icons. That's going to get you to our website. From our website, you can get to our Discord. From our Discord, we can get you on the marketplace. You can take a look at some of the merch we got. Also, we got a Amazon partnership. So if you're looking to pick up a racing sim rig, there's a few links there to some pretty reasonably priced wheels, stands, pedals, etc. Don't miss out on that. But everybody in the chat, give ABR Murph a big congratulations. He is our Tier 1 champion. And there is our fearless leader, Zampa. Take that box, Zampa. Let's start getting some people in here. Zampa's going to plug us out some invites here. We're going to get the Williams up on the board. There you got it. ABR Murph, the big champion. Guys, as you're filing in, tick the box. Tick the box. Everybody wants to hear from you. We're going to start getting everybody in here.
Oh, we're getting everybody in here?
Everybody's coming in.
Yeah, including the snowy ones. Come on.
I'm already here.
No. Oh.
I just want to say we ended that race with 36 viewers. We got 30 people on board right now. 30 people on board right now for the post race.
Hey, Jay.
That is phenomenal, guys.
I just want to be first to say, yeah, Murphy, congrats on.
I appreciate that, bro.
Roll well.
Heck of a race
You
today.
was there all
Little
season,
bumping
mate.
and banging.
I've genuinely had enough of this game.
I just can't do
I'm
what you do
so
on
excited
hard
for
tires
season 2.
in
I
the cold weather like that,
can't
when it's
do
like mid-20s. Just don't know how you
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
tough.
I'm genuinely
Hamilton.
yeah.
Tough break, my man. We didn't see what happened. I saw you on the
Reflex just
mini map. And I
swiped
saw
me completely. I've got a clip of it.
Okay. All right. Well, we don't want to discuss incidents
Yeah.
in the chat, so get your incidents in. You know where to put them. Stewards will take a look. Hate to hear that, though. That's no fun at all. All right, guys. Everybody filing in. We got 30 viewers right now. 30 viewers right now waiting to see it. ABR Murph, the big champion of Tier 1. Any words, my man?
Oh man, we on the spot straight away. Oh, what a season, eh? I don't know what to say right now, to be honest. That race was pretty nerve-wracking, but the nerves eased obviously because the gap was increasing lap by lap. So yeah, in the end it was comfortable, but man, the season was tough.
Yeah, this tier's packed with some extremely rapid people. It's anybody's race, really, to be fair. And Murph put down a blistering lap in qualifying. The only guy to get down in the 29s. It's quite a lap. Got out front, stayed out front. Congratulations, my man. Season 1, Tier 1 champion. You're going to go on the Wall of Fame.
I appreciate
You are
that.
the first Tier 1 champion. All right, so we're going to switch over to number 2 here, and I know it's going to be hard to say it. Payox Kings, number 2. Saw a little bit of contact in the S's there. We won't go into too much detail. We did catch it on the stream. It's got to be a little tough. Did you catch some wing damage there? Because it looked like your pace drastically dropped off after that.
It was like a different shade of green, that was all. That few
Different
times
shade
a
of
lap,
green.
which was the difference between me and Murphy at the end. But I still
I
couldn't
can
get the tyres
understand.
on. Like he's just better on harder tyres in cold conditions.
Well, it's really tough. I know Bascom and I were talking about it on the stream. We were both looking forward to a battle between you two. You closed a lot of time in the pits at the pit stop, but that little tangle there in the S's after that was what really cost you there. We saw that person back out, gave you the spot back, but it was too little, too late. I mean, you lost too much time there. But we hate to see it end like that, but you still had a tremendous season. I know there was a couple of times mid-season you got collected and stuff that wasn't necessarily your fault. And it probably cost you some solid points there. This could have been a lot closer, but you got nothing to hang your head about. Tremendous season. We can't wait to see you come back in Season 2. I think Season 2 is going to be one hell of a battle. We got some really rapid guys that are going to be in Tier 1.
Yeah, I can only blame myself.
Big
for not winning.
congratulations. big congratulations to Kings. He is second place, but I mean, he had a hell of a season. I can't wait to see him in Season 2.
Thanks.
My man Zampa, any comments about Tier 1 this season?
I was looking back at the leaderboard. Those first 8 races. Oh. I was like, I don't know how many points behind the Kings, but it was a massive gap.
I was about form after that. Jake, that was on the first race, 28th of April. Yeah.
No.
We got 28 people still sticking around right now. It's been fantastic. It's gonna be one spicy season.
Oh,
We are going pace-driven racing, so these
AJ.
tiers are gonna be all based on pace.
AJ would have been able to get P2 there, but we've had one off 2 laps before the end. Lost me about a second and a half.
Yeah, I saw that gap go.
Kick him while he's down.
That was just horrible. I don't know
I was
what it
worried
was.
about Formula.
Grip
I thought he was
was
going to catch me.
grip was terrible.
Anybody want to take a moment, say anything about Bubbly? Anybody want to make a talkie?
Yeah, I can still remember him with his tunes, him and Jake on the guitars.
Little jam sessions. So we would do some 5-lap races. That's how it all started. It was just a group of guys, similar mindset, all wanting to come together from different areas of the world, multinational group here. And in between the races, there's a loading screen, and there would be solid little jam sessions.
It was always before
Couple of the guys
Hoffenheim.
Yep. Bubbly would break out the guitar, Zampa would break out the guitar, and we'd have little jam sessions in between the races. It was phenomenal.
Oh, if you
Oh, man,
crashed
he
on
would
the
have
way.
loved that. He would have loved
There's
that.
And then we
Control.
would all crash into each other in turn 1.
Nobody makes it.
and Bubbly would just giggle.
Hey, he just had a kind heart, like, even if there was contact. Yeah.
Rapid.
He was.
I believe it was mentioned before the season started that he was slotted to win. Because he was quick.
Murphy was slotted to win by Leighton.
No, I don't think so.
Remember Leighton always going Murphy's going to beat in the championship.
Stuff laying.
So, yeah, so Murphy had one spotter from the very beginning there.
Mate, and then Cookie turned up halfway through the season and bloody hell.
Oh, I'm
That's
going
a
to need to
different
do.
level, right?
I'm going to need to do something to get over his pace next season.
Cheat? No. He's quick. Boss is a rapid one.
Yeah,
too.
he's improved me a lot, so fair play to him. He's rapid.
Big shout out to another follow tonight, Charles Street, following the stream. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. We appreciate it. Hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. That was one hell of a race. Circuit of America. Don't miss out tomorrow. Tier 3 is going to close it out. Tier 3 is going to be the final race of Season 1. One hell of a season. It's been a phenomenal ride. We have blown up into something we never could have imagined. Season 2 is going to be just a step up from that. So big shout out to all the admin staff, the stewards, the tier coordinators, all the guys behind the scenes, Sampa, Chalupa. We got a big group of guys that volunteer a lot of time a lot of free time, most of it for free. Meister Soda, a big shout out to him for putting together our spreadsheet to track our points and penalties and all that. He has put together a phenomenal spreadsheet for Season 2 to fix some of the bugs we had in Season 1. If you have a racing league and you're looking for a solid spreadsheet to help track your points and penalties and all that good stuff, get with us. Meister Soda, we'll get you in touch with him. The guy is the best in the business.
Can't forget the sponsor.
Big shout out to Sun Deli and our very own racer, SSR Sandwiches. He partner and sponsor of the Racing League. He's going to be racing tomorrow, final race of the season. Hoping him big luck. Sun Deli Subs, Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Go in and get the best sub you'll ever put in your face. Sampa, you know what time it is, man. Cue the music.
Got craft coffee, man.
Oh, and we got craft coffee too. I did forget craft coffee. I forget. Big shout out to everybody that followed today. That's going to be it for us tonight. Come back tomorrow. Tier 3 is going to close us out on Season 1 right here at Circuit of America. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow.
Oh, Jay.
I added that.
Big. Jay, could you? I can still remember though. What was about a month and a half before F1 2020 came out, and that's what we first spoke about. You've brought it up with our start in the league. Well, no. 2 months before this game came out.
I'm genuinely bored for my actual account.
Hey, Hamilton, you'll be better. Hopefully, you get more luck next season.
I'm done.
What the?
You can- No, you'd improved. You practice more. That's your New Year's resolution, isn't it? Practice more, work harder.
Bro, I practiced the entire day and I just fucked it.
Lucky Michael.
I love the bluntness. I just fucked it. Codemasters fucked me when it changed my pit strategy without me doing it.
I was doing the one stop and then I changed to the soft tires for my first pit stop and I was like, nah.
Codemasters.
Yeah. Oh god. So like when I come down the DRS straight, they're like, okay, we're gonna like Whiffy was in the chat with us, so Whiffy was kind of engineering for everybody, giving everybody feedback, you know. So he says, make sure you're on softs for the pit stop. So I pull it up,
Honestly,
and it says soft tires. So I
Why
come
didn't he
around
message
sector
me?
3, the sweeping right-hander, and I puncture the left front at 81% wear. So when I punctured the left, I was pitting anyway, so I lost 2 seconds. It wasn't a major, catastrophe. I pull in the pits, they changed the tires and put me on hards. Oh, it's just like, no.
Zullen we daar even met z'n twee? Ja, ik krijg hoofdpijn van dit.
Oh. What are the last few?
Teringleiers kunnen helemaal niks hier, die cholera-patiënten.
Look at Zampa.
Murphy,
Yo.
what setup was you using then? Like, what downforce was you running?
3.8 I think I was running.
Oh. Wait, why wouldn't it? Why? No, the season's over. That's why I'm now asking him. I was
Your
running
moeder.
2.6.
2-6. Oh.
No, no, that chili